Let me get my water. Worst TV movies of the year. The worst of everything, mate. All the worst, yeah? You guessed it. Roll up. You've come to Terry to hear the worst, the crappiest, the worst, the most putrid, whatever you want to call it, mate. Come right here. Terry's got it for you. Horrible, mate. Horrible. Alright? These are the worst. Yeah? Avoid like the plague. Yeah? Alright? This is Terry Says. So what's the worst? What has been the worst entertainment this year so far? From TV shows to movies, what's been crap, yeah? What's been the worst? Let's have a look, shall we?
Sorry, no blonde hair. I've just never seen a girl before.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Just trying to do a link for the opening of my... Okay.
It's Godzilla.
You good eggs?
I've got a salmonella test.
Have we?
Have you?
Oh yeah, and Terry Says, like and subscribe, alright? Down there, you can see it, alright? The worst, mate. Horrible. Bring your worst. Roll up. Yeah? Hi, I'm Terry, and this is Terry Says. So, first up, terrible movie, film, whatever you want to call it, Raya and the Last Dragon, yeah? Now, Terry's partial to your Pixar big Disney animated film, you know. Terry has a soft spot for Disney and all things like it. You know, there's amazing stuff out there like Coco and Wall-E and all sorts of stuff, right? But this, Raya and the Last Dragon, they want 20 quid for the premium premiere when it comes out, yeah? In addition to paying subscription to Disney Plus, yeah? Or go to cinema. And you expect, if you're going to do that, to get a really solid movie, right? With all the trimmings you'd expect from Pixar or Disney or whatever, right? But no, this Raya and the Last Dragon's just a bunch of colourful dragons. I mean, it looks colourful enough, just a bunch of colourful dragons running around. There's no heart to the story, there's no pull. The thing that sells Disney is not how shiny it is, that's great. But you can't polish a you know what. So like, it can be as shiny as you like, but Terry weren't having it, mate, alright? Terry weren't having it. So yeah, Raya and the Last Dragon, Terry thumbs down. Don't watch. Right. Get ready, because this was truly abysmal, right? Terry loves a good sci-fi, okay? But this was diabolical, yeah? Truly diabolical. I use those words lightly. It was, they just thought, studio executives got together. It's probably a promising thing to begin with. You had a decent enough script. They probably had a good director on board. I'm not sure, but they managed to get two big hot stars, you know? You got Daisy from Star Wars, and you got your man Tom as your Spider-Man. So they got the hot young things in Hollywood. They got the budget, they got the money. They even had Mads Mikkelsen, who makes everything better. But not this, unfortunately. And Terry was just bored out of his mind. I was bored out of my mind. And I was depressed. It was just terrible. There was just nothing to it. Just an empty space of nothingness. Just why even bother? Do you know what I mean? So yeah, chaos walking, mate. Don't even go there. Terry thumbs down. Now this one will be controversial. Yeah, you might not like this, but Tez is going to tell you how it is, alright? Godzilla versus Kong, mate. I know, it was received well and people love it and all the rest of it, but not for Terry, alright? Not for T. It was just so boring. I mean, it had all the trimmings, all the fixtures of a big budget Hollywood film that you'd expect, you know, if you go to cinema and you pay your money, or if you pay for a premium streaming service more these days. You know, you want to have a popcorn Friday night, Saturday night movie, have a good time, forget your troubles for 2 hours, and lo and behold, yes, it had all the CGI. The CGI was good, that's fine, but it didn't seem to have any story. There was nothing happening. Yeah, you got Godzilla and Kong fighting each other, which is what you'd expect as a minimum from a film that's called Godzilla vs Kong, yeah? Otherwise, false advertising. But apart from that, delivering the goods in that respect, nothing else. Not even Rebecca Hall could save it, and she's pretty decent. So yeah, I was very disappointed by that. I've usually been quite a fan of the Godzilla films. I know they're quite hit and miss. I've got a soft spot for the Matthew Broderick one because I saw it 4 times in the cinema as a kid. And I didn't mind Gareth Edwards one too much. They've all been going downhill, and this is all part of another multiverse, big monsters thing they're trying to push, and all the rest of it. We're going to get loads of these, I think. And they seem to make the money, and obviously the China market and all the rest of it. Yeah, that's the future, isn't it? But yeah, Terry thumbs down. Infinite. With your man Marky Mark. Now, say what you like about Mark Wahlberg, but I actually like him, yeah? T approves, okay? He's very hit and miss. Sometimes he's in some great films and he gives some cracking performances. I could do a whole video on Wahlberg, alright? And if you want to see that, just let me know. But when he misses, it's terrible. Really bad. And this is one of them. Now this was what launched Paramount Plus's streaming channel, because everyone's got to have a streaming channel, of course. And it was big budget. It had Antoine Fuqua, whatever his name is, directing. He's a solid director, you know, made Training Day. Great film if you haven't seen it. So you had Wahlberg, good director, big budget, sci-fi. You know, once again, all the trimmings of what would be a good movie. No, absolutely terrible. No story, all over the place, bored out of my mind. Dreadful, mate. 2 thumbs down, yeah? It's not going to be infinitely around. Yeah, sorry about that. Gunpowder Milkshake. Yeah, you heard it right. Now this looked like a shiny, cheeky, neon little movie from Netflix. They pop out, and some of these are actually surprisingly quite good. You might not hear much about them before they pop, but if you catch them, some of them are actually quite good. So it looked like that, and it had some good casts. It had Cersei from Game of Thrones, she's always brilliant, and it had Karen Gillan from we know from Jumanji and other things. She's been pretty great in Jumanji. I liked her in that. So they took a bit of a risk. They went with her on the lead on this, and I just don't think she was up to it. Once again, some good direction. There was some good fighting, shooting scenes. It was shiny, had the budget and stuff, but just a big hollow hole of story. Just, I wasn't involved in the characters. I didn't care if people were being shot. It's all very well having a shiny, great choreographed fight scene, but if you don't care if that person's getting hurt or why they might be getting hurt or what jeopardy there is, then what do you give a monkeys? Do you know what I mean? So yeah, Terry thumbs down. Well, Mortal Kombat. Yeah. Get over here. Mortal Kombat, mate. Love the game. I don't even mind the crap 90s movie. But this offering, what's all that about? Oh. Sorry, hang on a sec. I'm just replying to a tweet. Is that you, Peter? Yeah, it is. Yeah. It says, what are you talking about? Mortal Kombat's the best movie of all time. And he means the one that came out this year. So that's my mate Peter. He's a bit, you know, yeah, that's not to be talked about really. So yeah, don't really know much more else to say about Mortal Kombat. Just avoid it completely, really. So 2 thumbs down. Yeah. Barb and Star go to Visitor Del Mar or something like that. I don't even know what it's called. It's this shiny comedy from Amazon Prime. It's got Kristen Wiig in it. She's always pretty decent in a comedy film. I've always liked her. She's a great actress. And, you know, it's got, once again, it's got the budget, it's got the shininess, all the rest of it. But, yeah, I couldn't even finish watching it. I started watching it. I just couldn't connect with the comedy. I know comedies like food and music and stuff, you either like it or you don't. It's very subjective. But, like I say, I already liked her style of comedy. And I just didn't get on with this. Just thought it was crap. So, yeah, 2 thumbs down. The odd thing is it's had rave reviews. It's actually rated as one of the best comedies of the year. So, there you go. Without Remorse. Now this was pushed, when you get the streaming channels, they push their big things that they finance, their film as it were, their USP, whatever. This was one of their big ones, Without Remorse, with Michael B. Jordan. Now Michael B. Jordan is brilliant, okay? If you've seen Black Panther or the Creed films, anything that he seems to do, he's amazing, alright? I love the guy, yeah? So they had him. They had big budget, whatever. Yeah, just no story. Just a complete run-of-the-mill, nothing, no story. CIA, mucking about, jumping over a car, all the rest of it. We've seen it all before, mate. We don't care. There was nothing new, nothing fresh, nothing to please me, alright? Just rubbish. So yeah, 2 thumbs down. G.I. Joe, Snake Eyes. Now, I know you could already say, well, this is G.I. Joe. It's just trying to sell a toy. So it's just a toy firm making a film, but then you could say that about anything, Transformers, He-Man, whatever, the list goes on. So it's not necessarily always a bad thing, but in this case it was the trailer got me. Trailer actually made it look alright, but yeah, no, it wasn't. It was just rubbish. There was a couple of alright scenes in it, so it's a bit weird when you get alright bits in an otherwise terrible film, but overall pretty terrible. Yeah, Even had Henry Golding in it, who's actually not too bad a fella. He's been alright in a couple of films like these. But, yeah, no good. Terry, thumbs down. So that's the crap movies of the year so far. What have I missed? And what do you agree with, disagree with? Not that I care really, but you never know. Now, getting on to the most rubbish TV of this year so far. There's a TV series by your man M. Night Shyamalan, who's quality director, and it's called Servant. And I watched the first season of it, and purely because M. Night Shyamalan was making it, and Toby Kebbell was starring in it. And if you don't know Toby Kebbell, he's one of the best actors on the planet. So that's what pulled me in. It was backed by Apple TV, so it's got the budget and everything. First season was alright. It had its troubles, trust me. But I managed to pull through the whole season, mainly on Toby's performance and the ability of M. Night Shyamalan to direct. You know, he's not a crap director, alright? But yeah, so I was intrigued enough to try and go back in for the second season. Absolutely diabolical. I don't know what drugs they've been taking. Yeah, terrible, mate.
Oh, Leonardo Da Vinci.
Yeah, this was a big Amazon budget historical drama all about your man Leonardo Da Vinci. Obviously one of the all-time geniuses. So I'm already interested. I'm already want to see what this is like. Got your man Poldark as the starring role. Yeah, it seemed to be missing the budget despite it being from Amazon. And not only that, it's had the most completely wooden acting and script. Like, despite being like the most interesting subject matter you could think of, really, like one of the all-time geniuses of all time, it was just boring. It was like watching just a soap opera or whatever. So yeah, toe thumbs down. Starstruck. Now this was a comedy being pushed on BBC. It was about a I don't know if this lady, she's a young lady, about her sort of bumping into a supposed big movie star and getting with him, and how mental that is and all the rest of it. Anyway, I gave it the first episode, Terry first episode test. Couldn't get on with it. Load of rubbish. Terry thumbs down.
Jeremy Clarkson. Need I say more?
Clarkson's Farm, yeah. I mean, I don't even know if I need to say anything about it. It's Jeremy Clarkson running a farm, yeah. I mean, this is Western civilization, or you know, just civilization in general. We've got a huge variety out there of magnificent creative minds, yeah, and this is what you're offering us as entertainment. Now I know can't all get snobby about it, you know, we love our Desperate Housewives and all the rest of it, you know, you've got to have the trash with the highbrow and all the rest of it, but what hell, in what dimension are we living in that we're getting this, and this is being pushed as the main thing we're supposed to be watching? No mate, I'm not having it. Alright? Right, pretty much anything with James Corden, yeah? James Corden, mate. So my main gripe with James Corden this year, I like him usually back in the day when he was doing British television, like the likes of Gavin and Stacey and stuff like that. I don't mind the lad. I think he's cheeky, he's a good enough comedic actor, all the rest of it. Don't hate him. And he's doing well in America or whatever. But we had the Big Friends reunion. Now I'm a Big Friends fan, so I enjoyed the reunion. I thought that was good crack, good fun. But he had to commandeer it, didn't he? He had to come in and ruin it and like get involved in it and everything. He brought nothing to it. He was just a drag on it, really. So yeah, I don't know what he's doing. It's too much. He gets involved in too much stuff. So just calm down, James, alright? Yeah? Terry, don't approve. Finally, the flight attendant, yeah? Now, this might be a bit controversial because it's been quite well received. It's got your main lady from Big Bang Theory, Kaylee Cocoa Pops, whatever her name is. She's great, I like her, and she was even being alright in this, but I gave it the first episode test. Couldn't get on with it. Just boring. Interesting enough premise that it started with, but then it just couldn't go anywhere else after that. And it's got all the budget and all the rest of it and the big star, and yeah, load of rubbish. So, Terry thumbs down. So they're my list of the worst stuff you could be watching this year. What do you make of it? And what have I missed or whatever? Like and subscribe and check out my other videos. And yeah, this has been Terry Says. Alright?